In a dramatic tension between Russia and Ukraine due to the Russian invasion, Elon Musk condemns the use of nuclear forces by Russia, as it has the worst impact also seen in world wars. Want to know more? Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Elon Musk World, where we tell you all the latest news about Elon Musk and his multi-billion-dollar companies. In today's video, we are going to tell you about the response of Elon Musk over Russia using nuclear weapons against Ukraine. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our incredible videos. President Vladimir Putin ordered Russian nuclear forces to be placed on high alert Sunday in response to what he called aggressive statements by senior NATO states, escalating East-West tensions over Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Putin's decision means Russia's nuclear weapons will be prepared for higher readiness to launch, raising the risk that Moscow's invasion of Ukraine and the West's response may escalate into a nuclear confrontation. As Moscow's soldiers got closer to Kyiv, the office of Ukraine's president announced that a delegation would meet the Russian authorities. Putin highlighted not just claimed statements by NATO members, but also the harsh financial sanctions imposed by the West against Russia, including the Russian president himself, in issuing the Nuclear Alert Directive. Speaking at the meeting with his top officials, Putin told his defense minister and the chief of the military's general staff to put the nuclear deterrent force in a special regime of combat duty. Western countries aren't only taking unfriendly actions against our country in the economic sphere, but top officials from leading NATO members made aggressive statements regarding our country, Putin said in televised comments. In the days leading up to Russia's invasion, Putin warned to strike violently against any countries that interfered directly in Ukraine's conflict, notably raising the specter of his country's nuclear position. According to Hans Christensen, a nuclear analyst at the Federation of American Scientists, if Putin is arming or otherwise increasing the nuclear combat readiness of his bombers, or if he is ordering more ballistic missile submarines to sea, the US may feel obligated to retaliate in kind. He said that would be a concerning escalation and a potential crisis. During World War II, from 1939 to 1945, an American B-29 bomber detonated the world's first deployed atomic bomb over Hiroshima, Japan on August 6, 1945. The explosion killed an estimated 80,000 people on the spot, with tens of thousands more dying later from radiation poisoning. A second B-29 detonated another A-bomb on Nagasaki 3 days later, killing an estimated 40,000 people. In a radio address on August 15th, Japan's Emperor Hirohito announced his country's unconditional surrender in World War II, citing the devastating might of a new and most merciless bomb. These are the deadliest consequences of nuclear weapons use. Senior EU officials said the EU, which prides itself on being a peace project, is considering a more forceful wartime role in assisting Ukraine in fending off a huge Russian invasion by organizing the supply of weapons, medical supplies, and financing to its besieged neighbor. Hours after the German government announced it would provide lethal weapons to Ukraine, marking a historic shift for a country that had previously prohibited sending such weapons into conflict zones, EU officials announced they would soon unveil a program that could allow all 27 EU countries to provide similar lethal assistance. According to two diplomats, EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell would announce the concept at a virtual foreign ministers meeting on Sunday night. Another diplomat stated that the plan would be worked on all night. Such a move would be divisive, and it would risk antagonizing Russian President Vladimir Putin, who wields a nuclear arsenal and has warned the Western nations that intervening with his invasion of Ukraine would result in consequences heavier than you have ever faced in history. Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis expressed special dismay Saturday night over the deaths of 10 Ukrainian civilians of Greek origin, who he said were killed by Russian airstrikes in the Black Sea port city of Mariupol. "Stop the bombing now," Mitsotakis demanded. Meanwhile, in a phone discussion with Belarusian tyrant Alexander Lukashenko, French President Emmanuel Macron warned against a pending decision that would allow Russia to put nuclear weapons in Belarus. Lukashenko has enabled his country to be exploited as a staging area for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, including the attack on Kyiv. Macron had contacted Lukashenko to demand the evacuation of Russian forces, according to a senior Elysee Palace official. As Russia continues its military campaign in Ukraine, a number of European countries decided on Saturday to deliver arms and ammunition to the country. Jana Černochová, the Czech defense minister, stated that her country will contribute arms and ammunition. The Czech Republic would supply machine guns, sniper rifles, and ammo, according to Černochová's social media account. She further stated that the equipment would be sent to a Ukrainian designated location. According to a statement from the Netherlands Defense Ministry, the country would provide 50 anti-tank guns developed in Germany. It had previously stated that 200 Stinger missiles will be dispatched as quickly as possible. Belgium's Prime Minister Alexander De Croo said his country would provide military equipment, 2,000 automatic rifles, and 3,800 tons of fuel in response to Ukraine's request for assistance. Days after recognizing two separatist-held enclaves in eastern Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a special military operation on Thursday. In a televised address, Putin claimed that the people of Donbass had sought Russia for assistance and that he wished to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. While Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed to protect his country, the West imposed sanctions on Russia, including measures aimed at Putin and Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. More than 150,000 Ukrainian migrants have gone into neighboring countries such as Poland, Hungary, Moldova, and Romania, according to UN High Commissioner for Refugees Filippo Grandi. SpaceX had enabled Starlink satellite internet service in Ukraine, according to Elon Musk, and the company is deploying internet terminals to the country. It was unclear how extensively the service would be offered, whether it would be free, or how the corporation planned to get the terminals into the country. At Elon Musk, while you try to colonize Mars, Russia is trying to occupy Ukraine. While your rockets successfully land from space, Russian rockets attack Ukrainian civil people. We asked you provide Ukraine with Starlink stations and to address sane Russians to stand. Mikhailo Fedorov, Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine and Minister of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, tweeted at Musk Saturday morning. Musk responded Saturday afternoon that Starlink service is now active in Ukraine, more terminals en route. Starlink is SpaceX's low Earth orbit internet service, which it has been developing for several years. It's a network of linked satellites that, in theory, will be able to deliver high-speed internet to broad swaths of the globe. So far, SpaceX has launched almost 2,000 of these satellites, including nearly 100 satellites in 2 different missions this week. When complete, the constellation is expected to have around 4,000 satellites. Starlink is different from other satellite internet services in that it is located in low Earth orbit rather than geostationary orbit, allowing for higher internet speeds, since the signal does not have to travel as far. In order to connect to Starlink, customers need a terminal, which is essentially a small satellite dish that receives the internet signal. Starlink may theoretically be useful in a situation like the one currently unfolding in Ukraine, because it is not reliant on standard internet infrastructure. It cannot be easily shut down, though the terminals will need to be powered. This makes it more resistant to censorship as well as cyber and physical attacks on terrestrial internet infrastructure. Big internet monitoring organizations have reported that as the war has progressed, overall internet traffic in Ukraine has decreased dramatically, though it's unclear if this is due to widespread disruptions, mass migration, general war mayhem, or a combination of all three. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give it a like and share it with your friends and family. Let us know if you have any questions or comments in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. You can also watch our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.